Oh, and we're live. We're live on Facebook, here live on Instagram, and of course live on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Oh man. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 135.
Oh yeah.
Today is Friday, March 30th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
Oh, we've been hitting 10 on the dot like it has been nobody's business, okay?
Oh yeah.
For our podcast folks, you know you can listen to us on Google Play Music, Spotify, TuneIn Radio Now, what am I missing? iTunes Podcast, and we were just added to iHeartRadio today.
Oh yeah.
It might take a couple of days to promulgate or whatever. The whole episodes, it takes another download time. So you might not see us on there for a couple of days, but we are officially on iHeartRadio as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like 7 or 8 different platforms, so you all see why it takes us some time to respond, but we are working on it, getting everything all streamlined and everything.
Building this network.
Building the network. So for the free Bitcoin yesterday, who won it?
So for the free winner, drum roll, it was nobody. Nobody put their public address.
Come on,
had
everybody.
a couple comments, but none of it was actually, anything with a public address attached. But thanks for the feedback, and like we always say, if you comment under the videos on YouTube, we give it out free Bitcoin every day. Every day we've done the show, we've done it, but only when people don't put their public address. So nobody today, but
it's all good. You gotta remember to put it, people. You gotta remember to put it. Just give a shout out to Game Peepers up, Dan the Man 03, Alpha Robbins, Canadian Crypto, Torrance J Playlist, Gia. Torrance J Playlist is funny. He says his CFTC Connect. You remember, I think he said he has a girlfriend or something working at CFTC. Sent him a pic of a daily memo asking staff if today is a good day to buy the dip. Oh wait, are they allowed to buy crypto now? I can't keep up with all the madness that's going on with regulators these days, but that's pretty funny. Alpha Robbins was going on. Crypto Q in the house. Appreciate all the hard work, Crypto Q.
What up,
Frederico, KH. Got everybody here. There we go.
Yep.
There we go. Live at New York Square. There we go, Canadian Crypto. We might be there one day doing it as well. All right, let's get down to business, people. We know a lot of madness has been going on. First story, top story is Mailchimp reportedly shuts down accounts related to crypto.
Oh, yeah.
Now, on the article, this is on Cointelegraph. They put prices drop too. That's not the only reason why the prices drop, if any reason, because a lot of people don't even know what Mailchimp is. If you don't know, Mailchimp is basically an email marketing tool for those that have businesses that use emails to market. So newsletters and all that, they can promulgate subscription lists and send out to hundreds of thousands of people. So for a crypto community, you're talking about an ICO launching, or as Andres Antonopoulos said, he said there's not just ICOs, they're banning everything from news, books. I have a book going out. I have an email list. I want to say, hey, you all buy my crypto book. Mailchimp is saying we are not allowing you to do that if you're doing anything related to crypto. And none other than the funniest woman on Family Guy, Consuela, is there to say no.
Not today, player. You ain't sending nothing.
What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I think this is actually worse than what we've seen with the Google and Facebook ads.
Worse?
It looks like they're, Facebook, Google, and what was the other one? Twitter. They were all stopping ads that had ICOs, exchanges, and wallets. This is actually shutting down businesses from operating. Like, there's a business, Cryptocurrency Jobs. They had to
I saw that.
They got rid of their entire mail list or their opportunity to email, and they're literally emailing people jobs for crypto. Not even crypto-related ads or anything like that. Also, some news people got kicked out. A few people who just had crypto in their name got kicked out because,
that's crazy.
And I think Mailchimp, they got that tap on the shoulder like everybody else has, and it was like, if you want to be in good standing with us, you're gonna have to do something. And I think they're doing an across-the-board sweep until they can figure it out. The same way China does an across-the-board ban until they figured it out, and then they come back with their regulation stuff. So honestly, I'm not too panicky about it. I think they're not going to just ban it forever. They want to come up with a regulated way to put out ICO crypto information. And also, they probably want to put you through a standard type test, I would say, or a standard type template you have to go through to send out an email to someone. Like, if you send out something crypto related, it has to be under these guidelines. But it is crazy coming from Mailchimp because that is one of the trusted sources to send out a bunch of mail. So I'm pretty sure there'll be a decentralized email list or
right here we go. Just, the market just opens. That's just how it works, people.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? You know what? Since Mailchimp want to attack crypto, let's go ahead and fight back a little bit. Let's talk about Mailchimp. Recently we've been building up our subscription list with the newsletters and all that. And as we were looking for the marketing service like a Mailchimp to use, of course, I knew that was one of the more popular ones. But a lot of bloggers, not just crypto bloggers, I'm talking about regular bloggers I know who are all over Twitter, YouTube, bloggers, all that stuff. Everyone was telling me Mailchimp is already dead. I was like, wait, what? It's like Mailchimp is dead. If you use their service, most of the mail will go to spam folders anyway.
Or promotion folders.
Yeah, the promotion folders. So Mailchimp hasn't even been working the way it's intended as of recent. I would say as of the last 3 to 6 months. So for them to add this on top of this, I mean, they literally just want to kill their business. However, if you are in the crypto space and you're looking for a good newsletter subscription service, I will give a shout out to Aweber. Aweber's been doing a great job. The costs are comparable, and you can still get the job done without needing Mailchimp. Again, people, this is the free market. It will be more than one. If they don't want to play along, hey, heart attacks happen every day, B.
Oh yeah, every day, B. And Bitcoin Bay made a good point, like how many people are suffering from the scams and from phishing. That would be an interesting report because we have seen it's $1 billion industry for hacking, over $1 billion.
Right, it's over $1 billion for hacking.
And with the phishing attempts, we've seen small amounts taken, 20,000 here, 50,000 there, but it's scattered amongst users all around the world. So that would be sort of interesting to see. However, as far as the scams and the annoying part of some of these ICOs, I know I get emails from ICOs and some of these, you're like, man, come on, man, is this even real? Like, what are you doing? I think that is something that can't really be measured because most people are just annoyed by it. I don't think a lot of people have lost money. I think people have lost a lot of money to it, but yeah, that would be interesting to see.
So, Michael Jones liked this comment. Michael Jones, put it on this chat cam. Michael Jones said, crypto is being blackballed, so mainstream can drive the price down to the point of entering. Smart money buys discounts only. Exactly.
And tax season isn't over.
Tax season isn't over. People, is it ugly right now? Yes, but you have to understand the way money works and the way it moves. Like Bitcoin just said, when it comes to tax season, especially toward the end of last year, beginning of this year, companies and businesses and people who have a lot of crypto or a lot of money in general, they have to dump that money. So it's not on their tax report. They have to spend it, use as a loss. They have to get rid of that money. They don't want that money to show up for tax reasons. So that's one thing. And then another, I mean, it's like we said, you can literally see it every day. It is a concerted effort to try to destroy this thing. All right. So is the price suffering because of that? Yes. But is the tech still intact? Yes, it is as well. So again, when you look at this from an investment point of view, you have to look long term because we already said day one, the war is already over. Crypto's here to stay, it's going to win. But these are the ugly battles in between. They're going to try to drive this price all the way down. And if you're one of the people who are selling off what you have already, I'm telling you, once it reverses, you won't be able to get back in. So,
and also too, you want to remember price wise, whatever the bottom is, whatever the low is. A lot of times they wait for what the market sentiment is. Oh yeah, everybody buy at this point. Let it jump a little bit, and then boom, smash it with shorts, which we've seen over and over and over the last few weeks.
Right.
So don't get caught in the web like the guy from China, which we'll discuss in a little bit.
All right. So let's go ahead move this story up, this scammer story, because somebody just asked about the different scammers and the numbers on it. Scammers are posing as crypto exchange support staff, says the FBI. Now, here's what's interesting about the story. If you didn't know that already, it's unfortunate, but that's something we have been saying for a long time. It's not just support staff. They have literally been fixing their SEO, search engine optimization rankings on Google and everything. And they're putting, basically, if it's a Coinbase, for example, they'll say Coinbase support with 2 eyes or something you won't notice. And it'll pop up on Google for the next 6 to 10 hours, and that'll be the first thing you click. And what these scammers are basically doing is saying, hey, while we fix your wallet, you send all your crypto to us, and we'll fix this wallet and send it back. For one, never send your crypto anywhere. That's yours. And then for two, this just kind of goes to show, like, these scams have been going on like over 2 years now. And the FBI is just now reporting on it. Like, they literally just put something out March 28th. So again, when you're looking at some of these mainstream sources or looking to the regulators, all these diddly gang Ned Flanders folks out there, they are behind the curve. And in this instance, they're behind the curve by about 2 years. Literally, they're just now putting this out. This has been, it literally was going on all last year, from June to December last year. This type of scam was rampant. And again, the FBI is just reporting on it. So When you have to, everybody's looking to, well, is crypto going to be this? Are we allowed to do that? They don't know what they're doing, people.
Yeah.
They're late. They are behind the
curve.
They're catching up.
A lot of other people out here.
They just started in December too. They bought the top, all right? So
they're humans just like us.
The reason why we're pointing that out because you do need to look for alternative sources to find, your news on this. And of course, we're one, but there's all types of people on Twitter and other people on YouTube. But they're more ahead of the curve in this market than the FBI and some of these other regulators. So
true. Definitely
want you all to keep a lookout on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Another huge story. Another huge story.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily crypto related, but blockchain related. Under Armour admits huge MyFitnessPal data hack.
Oh, man.
Wow. How big is big, though? Let's see. Under Armour has admitted that around 150 million MyFitnessPal user accounts were hacked in February of this year. Again, we're just now getting this information 2 months later. And it looks like they're trying to rival Equifax for the worst hack of the year.
Jesus Christ.
The sports giant has stated that an unauthorized party acquired data associated with MyFitnessPal user accounts, i.e. admin, occurred last month, but only became aware of the breach earlier this week. Oh, wow. That's even worse. So the company quickly took steps to determine the nature and scope of the issue and to alert MyFitnessPal community of the incident, read a statement. All right, so one thing we said about the hacking in general, people, when the bigger hacks, when they're going after these 150 million accounts or Equifax, Deloitte's, banks, NSA, they don't just go in, like when a hack happens, they don't just go in and that same day they go get your information. No, they go in and they literally lie in your data. They lie in wait until they can find that big heist. Yeah. And in this case, it looked like they waited, a month or so before they actually conducted the hack. Again, Equifax, they said they probably had their system. They were in their system almost a year. So these sophisticated hackers and criminal organizations, they're not going to just go in and 1, 2, 3 hack. No, they're going to sit there and wait until that really good piece of information comes across their laptop or computer screen. And then they're going to do it. But
yeah, and I will say too, they did put a lot of their budget into making Steph Curry shoes better, and they didn't put it into.
Something wrong with you, man.
They didn't put it into security. Yeah, they should have focused more on the security, making sure nobody's MyFitnessPal was messing up. However, they did take a bit of a dip, and the fact that it happened in February and it's coming out in late March.
Right.
Some people might have got their short orders in just to make sure, because they knew this was going to dip the stock. However, in my opinion, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. However, this doesn't look good. But people still going to go back to it. Same thing with Equifax,
right.
some of the other ones. Some of them you didn't even know you were a customer. Like, I know some people probably didn't even know that they were a MyFitnessPal customer, had that much stuff in there. Maybe downloaded it back in the day, and then then all of a sudden your username and password is taken. But half glass full, they didn't take social security numbers. They didn't take driver's license numbers, so they can't do anything with that.
Oh, wow.
So
a few people said they got the email, too. They got the email that they were compromised. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a central point of attack, people, so they only have to do it once.
Again, this is where blockchain tech comes in handy. Crypto Cuter said, talking about the Equifax hack, he said 150 million is everyone. Exactly, it is. So you get, listen, and this is the thing, people, there's only so many sophisticated hackers out there, right? Yeah. There's only so many sophisticated organizations that can get into some of these. Granted, some are the admin, username and passcode, which are easier. But the reason why I put this together, because look at hacking on a bigger scale. Again, sometimes some of the lower to middle criminals, whatever, they might just take all this information, go straight to the dark web and try to sell it. But there's also these sophisticated groups who are going to take a piece of the Equifax hack. They're going to take a piece of this Under Armour hack. They're going to take a piece of the Deloitte hack. They have all these pieces, and they're going to build an entire profile on who people are. They're going to have your name, address, social security, credit card numbers, and that's how they really dig in. So it might be 2 years from now when they finally steal your identity and all that. So Identity Guard is good, and I think LifeLock, I heard, is decent too, but I use my Identity Guard. I think it's like $24 a month. They watch everything for you, dark web and everything. At this point, you definitely have to have it because apparently our entire nation has been hacked this year.
Yeah, we've pretty much all been hacked. Everything about you is out there, and I'm pretty sure when I go off the grid, I'm just go ahead and say I don't have a name, I don't have an address, because they got them anywhere. It's honestly, it's one of those things, from a security standpoint, most people want to be as safe as possible.
Right.
Because completely safe, almost impossible, because somebody's going to figure out a way to get into these places. It's all about backups, encryption, because if you hack into a blockchain type database or something along those lines, it's usually the person you tried to hack. It's
right. It's not the entire chain.
See this, if they get this, it's everybody.
They get everybody.
Yeah.
Admin. And the last but not least thing I'll say about this, not necessarily Under Armour, but for those who've been paying attention to Apple. So Apple just had their new update come out, right? And they're having some more updates come out along with it. Apple, and I'm not sure if people read the fine print, but I read this yesterday. It was hilarious. They are allowing you, I think it's in beta version now, and soon it'll be full version. They will allow you to upload all of your health records to their health app on the iPhone. People, if that is not the worst thing you could possibly do, they're going to allow you to upload all your health records, and there's 2 more other things that you can upload all your information to their app. Again, it is a centralized server. This is what happens with centralized servers. Under Armour is a big company with a lot of money, a lot of smart people. Equifax, a huge company that has your social security number, centralized. Apple's doing the same thing with their iPhone and their app as far as getting your health records. I'm telling you, if you do it, when you get cracked, don't say anything. Because it was going to happen.
Find out you got the sugars.
Right. You got the what?
You got the sugars.
What is wrong with you, man?
That's a down south black people way of saying diabetes.
Oh my goodness.
They're gonna figure it out and then they're gonna use it against you.
This guy
raise the prices of pharmaceuticals and everything.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Our data shows actually that this person doesn't ever walk. They take two steps a day because they can track all of that, your heart rate, all that stuff. And it would be one of those things where in the future you get a text saying, you might have a heart attack in 3 weeks. You might want to slow it down.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's.
I don't want nobody in all of my information like that.
Nah, man, just let me die, man.
Eagle eye.
Yeah.
Telegram attracts $850 million in second round of ICO. This puts Telegram's ICO at $1.7 billion, and it hasn't even launched yet. Wow. Yeah. Talk about breaking records. Pavel and Nikolai Daru, they are the CEOs and founders, co-founders of Telegram, reported that they raised another $850 million in the second round of their ICO. In a notice with the SEC, it looks like out of this round, only 94 investors came in. So, people, this is the type of money we're talking about. We haven't even seen this money out the West. This is money coming out of Russia, Asia, and everything. 94 people were able to do 850 mil. And I think the first round had about 80 people, 81 people or something. Yeah. For the first 800 or so mil. So literally, you're looking at about 160, 170 people for $1.7 billion. Yeah.
It's a bunch of
and
rich
you
people passing money to each other.
And you think the market's over with?
Yeah.
It's just getting started, people.
Just getting started.
It's just getting started. I mean, that's great news for Telegram. They've been doing. We talk about them a lot. Everybody's on Telegram. They've been doing a great job. I'm sure it's clear that they have real backing, not just backing financially. It's somebody in some power positions in governments because
they need to send encrypted messages too.
Yeah, they've been pushing back hard on letting governments until their secret sauce. So kudos for them. I mean, it's well deserved. And you see, that's what happens when you stay honest to the community and you do the right thing, and your security actually works, and you're not giving up information to governments around the world. All of a sudden, you can launch a $1.7 billion ICO, people. Yeah. It's that simple. You just do the right thing.
Yeah, that's got to be the biggest one so far with a product already out, and they still raised another $1.7 billion.
That is crazy.
Come on. Yeah, that's pretty big right there.
One thing about this story that was pretty good, though, is because, of course, the U.S. is trying to get their hands on some of that money. I didn't even realize this. Current regulation, here, I'll highlight this too. Current regulation of ICOs by the SEC is based on legislation from the 1930s. And you understand that. We are literally using legislation from 80 years ago to deal with cryptocurrency that just came out 9 years ago. Do you understand how ridiculous this is? These are and of course, you have the whole diddly gang of Ned Flanders. They can't do anything, they can't sleep at night if they don't listen to regulators and governments. I see all these people on CNBC all the time talking about the crypto market needs to be regulated. We need good regulators coming in. You had a boy off Shark Tank the other day, which I love Kevin O'Leary. I mean, I think he's a great investor, very smart guy. But you had Kevin O'Leary just, we're working with the SEC. I don't want to fight the SEC. I want to make money, and I get it. He's right, but it's also like, at what cost? You're on the winning side.
They're using legislation from back when they had flappers.
It was written on stone and typewriters.
Exactly. It was prohibition.
Yeah, it was prohibition.
You know what I'm saying? People would speak easies.
You couldn't even drink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People would speak easies back then when they wrote this legislation. Are you serious?
And this is the most ridiculous thing. The most ridiculous thing about this old legislation from the 30s is that, I mean, they were lynching people in the 30s, first of all, to be real. But they really think millennials, people our age, and people even younger, teenagers now, are about to listen to this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you think we're about to listen to something you made it. You said World War I. Like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
What old boy say from what Killmonger say?
Yeah.
Rather have death than bondage.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
we're not playing by these rules. Period.
Like, imagine taking crypto advice from your 80-year-old grandmother.
Not happening.
Like, the most she can tell you is
happening.
nothing. So, yeah, it's basically like, that's basically what this legislation is doing. Because you need new legislation for new technology. You can't use these old, outdated systems. They can't even describe ICOs right now.
Right.
So they're using legislation written from back
on
in
a
the time
typewriter. It was
when they were trying to figure out the
typewriter.
size of bicycles. Like, what y'all? People are still debating over the size of bicycles.
Didn't they just get cars? Like, when did the car come out? Like, are you kidding me? Listen, people, this is what we have in power right now. This is why it's literally a laughing joke to us, because it just makes no sense. But of course, you got the people who are already made their money who are like, well, we need to play by their rules. So we'll see how that works out in another 10 years.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. OKEx exchange resolves futures price slip impact as traders threaten suicide.
Oh, getting real in China.
What is going on in China right now? This is a crazy story.
Well, in China, if you saw the price dip yesterday, OKEx, which is a futures contract that is used in different places around the world, but China is based in Hong Kong. There was a trader who apparently had 10 million Yuan, or $1.7 million, lost in a mistake that they made because the price dipped way below other exchanges' value. Most exchanges were around $6,500, and it dipped all the way down to $4,800. I mean, if you saw that long wick on the OKEx, I mean, that was a death wick right there, literally, because the guy who got liquidated showed up in the offices and threatened to kill himself by drinking poison. He was standing there with a bottle of poison. If you haven't seen the video, I won't say it's funny, but it is one of those things where it's
you laugh and stuff like that.
You don't really want to kill yourself.
You don't.
If you did, you just jump off a building or you just shoot yourself in the head or whatever.
But he wanted to make a point.
He wanted to make a point, and he was like, "Look, I will murder myself on live TV with this poison.
I'll shut these offices down."
Yeah, it could have been Gatorade, but they don't know. He just was like, "I killed myself, this and that." They were trying to stop him, but they cut the video off before it happened. But hey, we've told you there are people who are really passionate about this, and the fact that a mistake can take out millions of dollars, which they
1.75 million for this guy,
just this guy. So they're going to, of course, try and get all the money back that people lost, and make sure they settle those future contracts. But this just shows you, like, if it's a small thing, people will really take it to the extreme because crypto is important.
Well, that's when it's going to get real too. I mean, this guy committed suicide, but you got exchanges, Coinbase, Brian, we're talking to you, who literally manipulate things. I mean, if you had somebody in the U.S. lose 10, 20 mil on that, you think they're not coming to see you about that money?
Yeah.
I mean, if they have the money to throw in the market, they definitely got enough money to buy their last one-way plane ticket to come talk to you about talk to you about the issue that just arose and figure out the solution. But again, this is crazy. But I think we'll see more of this. And honestly, here's the responsible part. I thought I saw a commenter said too. This commenter, Brad Cola, said, I had to deal with a 50% loss before, which is more than that drop, but I didn't act like it was someone else's problem and threaten a casino to get my money back.
Exactly.
So I agree with that.
That's all futures really are, man.
Everybody's losing money right now. All right, so there isn't no reason to go in there and cause huge disturbances like that. However, I do understand from these traders' point of view, they're saying, well, there's manipulation going on the exchange side. We want answers. I think we're getting to the point where, you're going to give people answers because a part of being decentralized is that the whole world is watching now. Yeah. There's nowhere you can go these days where someone's not into crypto or not paying attention. So it's going to get smaller and smaller.
Can't do it. Man. I kind of wish you would have drunk it.
Oh my goodness.
That would have been more dramatic.
All right, we're about to cut this feed.
God, really, I mean, to me, I'm all about doubling down. If you say you're going to do something, do it. You should have did it even bigger.
You all hear Bitcoin's that you come in his office and get gangster with him if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to.
He's going to cross his legs and be like, all right, show me what you got.
Yeah, because I do not care.
All right. So anyway, it's actually a story we talked about. Well, it wasn't a story. It just became a story. So shout out to Cointelegraph. We would love if you all give us a shout out back. I'm just saying. But China to develop centralized crypto protects Yuan against non-state digital currency. This is something we literally said 2 or 3 days ago when the Petro Yuan was launched on Monday.
Somehow it shows up on news stuff.
Hey, we said that the next move, the move that made sense, was for China, if they were trying to get away from the dollar, to have a crypto-backed Yuan. It looks like they are actually trying to do that with their own. Not saying that we called, but I think Bitcoin's, I got to give him a little brush some dirt off his shoulder. He's definitely been calling that for a while. Looks like the People's Bank of China will continue to apply strict measures on virtual currencies as part of its strategy for protecting and strengthening the Yuan. However, it is said one of their objectives is to strictly strengthen internal management and external supervision, attach great importance to and effectively strengthen quality control of RMB, that's their Yuan, and carry out rectification of various types of virtual currencies. So basically, they're going in a big circle, but
big word soup.
Right,
About nothing.
But it's kind of like we said a few days ago. The story's putting it out there too. They're trying to have their Yuan backed by their own crypto. Now, their game plan is to have it their own centralized crypto. However, we think they might have no choice but to go Bitcoin with it in order to instill confidence, because they do their own crypto. It might not have the same type of international appeal as backing it by Bitcoin. But regardless, it looks like this thing is happening.
Or they could peg it to Bitcoin, like use Bitcoin as the gold reserves. I mean, they have a lot of gold already, but like the digital gold reserves, and use their Yuan as the digital cash version of it, and then boom. Or Bcash, you never know, because Roger is big in China, so you never know, man.
I am laughing at some of these comments. Crypto Q, get out here.
Yeah.
Some of some Daisies and Monero for crypto.
Oh yeah, Bodega Boys,
right
in LA. Yeah.
No, let's see. I'm looking at some of these comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. What do we think about?
I know one thing. I wouldn't have went on Breakfast Club and apologized. Y'all can
there we go.
write that down.
I'm not apologizing.
Y'all won't ever see that. Not from Bitcoin Say.
Listen, we all about to pull up, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Streaming you guys live on D Live. There we go, Clove71. Clove71, did you change your name on here? You look like someone else we've had here. Yeah, smash that like and share, people. Why? Michael Jones said, why would people trust centralized crypto when you cannot trust fiat? Listen,
bro.
This is the definition of insanity right now. What people, especially Americans, what they're doing right now, the way we're operating, this is the definition of insanity. But we've all seen where our country's at, so it's just one of those things. You just gotta let it happen.
Hey, we all crazy a little bit.
Another story that popped up in the main news feed that I'm sure everybody heard who said it first. Now, I have to give this one to Bitcoin. Say the China Petro one, that could have been some independent thoughts, even though that's still kind of. But does the IRS get a cut of Bitcoin Cash? This story on CoinDesk. Bitcoin Zay has been throwing that out there a lot. I'll just say that. But I'm not going to go into the article. It's basically what we've been talking about, but I am glad to see it in print on the mainstream crypto site. Does the IRS get a cut of Bitcoin Cash? I think you just talked about it yesterday or the day before, but it's one of those things where they're talking about all the Bitcoin that they've been confiscating. The Bitcoin Cash has been missing. Nobody's been talking about it. Now they're talking about taxes and the SEC, IRS. Everybody claims they know the way forward. Taxes, commodities, security, currency. However, no one's talked about the Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Gold that came along with the Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know, because we have legislation from the 1930s. Right? You know what I mean?
It's like, listen, slow down.
America.
You mean to tell me there's another crypto that came out of that crypto? Yes.
Plenty you don't know what you're doing yet, so stop trying to tax, stop trying to regulate, stop trying to just be overbearing as you always do, and let this thing happen at least for another year. Let's see what happens. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Yeah. Every time you read a story, think to yourself, where's the Bcash?
Right.
Because if there's 20,000 Bitcoins that they have, then that Bcash that's attached to it, did they confiscate it as well? Or is it on a private key somewhere that they don't have access to, where somebody could still make money off of it? Like, think about it. If a guy got, 10,000 Bitcoins, they confiscate it. They take the Bitcoins, they're like, all right, blah, 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 you got to pay this fine. If he got 10,000 Bcash tokens, then he could basically still have enough money to pay for everything he does if he sells it or whatnot, and then he's still out of the clear money-wise, because they may have confiscated that, but I still got my Bcash. Right. So then think about on a broader level, when a whole government has Bitcoins or a whole exchange has Bitcoins, and then they get it confiscated, that Bcash has got to be up there.
It's worth a lot of money.
It's worth a lot, yeah.
And I mean, not only that, again, just going back to the taxes, I mean, it's just so convoluted these days. You talk about regular taxes are convoluted. What if somebody is a U.S. citizen that lives overseas, right? Just for regular taxes. Now, where this same U.S. citizen lives overseas and trades crypto, have a bunch of Bitcoin, got some Bcash from the fort, got some Bitcoin Gold from another fort. You cannot keep track of that.
Got donated some smart cash.
Especially if you're like us, where we, everybody's lost a lot of money. It's nothing even tax right now. It's nothing even tax. I don't know why these conversations come up. It's nothing to tax. Everybody's down, okay? And I mean, I'm down and out, so I'm just out here just talking on YouTube these days. Seriously, I don't even do nothing with it.
Yep.
Japanese luxury car dealer accepts Bitcoin payments up to $1 million. Love this. We had a story like this last year, actually here in LA and Santa Monica. There's a luxury car dealership as well. They had like the Lamborghini Aventadors at the time. They were going for like 10 Bitcoins. They had G-Wagons, different colors, going for 6, 7 Bitcoins, Ferraris. It looks like they're doing the same in Japan. Let's see. Announced by Bitflyer, Japan's largest cryptocurrency exchange, a partnership with car dealership El Aperio, I can't pronounce that, will see the exchange provide the technology to enable the dealer to accept Bitcoin from customers. Of course, that's up to $1 million. What are your thoughts on that?
Now I can buy my Lambo.
Hey,
oh yeah.
Bullish sentiment coming in.
But yeah, well, the reason we really do these stories whenever to show people, because early on when we used to do a lot of shows, people used to always ask, but who accepts it?
Who uses it? No one's going to use it.
Every time we have to let you realize that there are people every day who are accepting it. You just got to have some patience, people. I mean, this industry doesn't grow overnight. There isn't, enough knowledge of the technology to go around where people can instantly 3 steps set it up, get payments accepted. Right. Even though you could, people just don't know about it.
Right.
So
takes some learning curve.
And you got to do your part. Everywhere we go, we ask, do they accept Bitcoin? I mean, even the wildest places where they probably would never accept it, but still, just got to ask. And usually, most of the sentiment, I know out in California, everybody's pretty much heard of it. So they're like, not yet, man.
We're working on it.
We think about it. That would be tight, if we did.
Yeah. It's like, do it.
But in some other places, like when we were at CIAA in Charlotte, you ask people, do you accept Bitcoin? They'd be like, what is this big coin you speak of? So, it's just one of those things where if you keep asking, keep at it, people, it's on consumers to ask business owners.
Right.
They're usually not going to take that risk to accept it unless they think there is a group of people who want to buy it. So 5 or 6 people come in weekly asking about Bitcoin. They'll be like, well, hey, it must be something. So let's go ahead and accept it. So definitely good to see that.
And with that as well, kind of piggybacking off what you said in regards to it, people, this is from a business strategy. If you have businesses, this is a great marketing tool. I mean, literally, if you say you accept Bitcoin now, you are on one of these websites. You have marketing to millions of people. Not only that, you have people like us who will literally go buy something, go out our way and go to the store and buy something we otherwise would not, just because you accept crypto. Just so we can go in there and say, hey, I bought X, Y, and Z with Bitcoin.
That's what I used to do. If you accept the crypto anywhere near where I used to live, I used to go buy something.
There you go. You can attract new customers. You're finding new customers. It's nothing but positive things coming out of crypto. And then again, with the payment processors, you don't even have to keep the Bitcoin and crypto. You can literally, as soon as you get it, you can change it to cash right there on the spot. So all that, well, it might be worth 600 now and 300 later. Yeah, only if it's going to drop in a split second, because you can literally transfer it back to your nation's or home currency immediately. So there's literally no excuse not to. There's no excuse not to be able to set Bitcoin at this point. It's just about the education, like you said.
And also, too, like we said, with confirmation times, people having brick and mortar stores, there is a hurdle to get over that. However, like I said, technology is not going backwards. So there will be solutions for it. There will be ways to pay. There are different ways to use crypto without the confirmation. You have 0 confirmation payment. So there's ways around it. We're getting there, but you got to see that the technology itself is not going anywhere. So
I want to comment on this. A1 Dub said there will be video challenges for people using crypto. We actually have something very fun we're going to put together later on this year. In regards to a challenge like that, we're waiting for the price to go up a little bit more so you get that mainstream appeal. But we'll have some fun things going on this year for crypto. There's a chance to earn some free Bitcoin, a lot of it too, not just a little bit. We're talking about a good amount, pay some bills with, all right? So that'll be later on this year, pending this bull cycle's return ASAP.
Oh, yeah. All
right, there we go. Michael Jones said, I'm in New York City. The International Car Show is here. I should go and tell all the car makers, do they accept crypto? Do it. Put it out. Put it on for the community. Live stream it too. Let's do all that stuff.
Yeah.
There we go.
Send it to us.
All right. For the free Bitcoin today, what are we doing?
So for the free Bitcoin, which exchange do you think will mess up next and cause somebody to almost commit suicide? Let us know. Put your public address, and we'll send you that free Bitcoin. You can turn this to like a good 3-4 sentence story too. Add some funny to it. Add some funny to it. Yeah. If it was my guess, I'd say Kraken, because it's so trash. You would be halfway through completing the order, and it shuts down on me. So
that actually would make somebody.
Yeah, that would make me just go outside. I mean, every time it happens, I just want to go outside and jump off the balcony. Like, are you serious? But yeah, leave us that comment. Put your public address. We'll send that free Bitcoin.
As always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Google Play Music, Apple Podcast app, TuneIn Radio, and now iHeartRadio. Hopefully that will be up by this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
As always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if this helped you, if you just like us talking about crypto all day so others can find out. Other than that, have a great weekend, people.
Have a good one.
Cheers.